Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Kottabos Space Program, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of version 2.0 Industries Rover Pack, which is being made by forum user Michael V2. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, parts for building rovers, which I always do enjoy, but what really grabbed me about this particular mod pack is the look of these rover parts. They very much have this sort of industrial, almost mining vehicle sort of vibe to them that I really quite enjoy, and that's why we're having a look at it here today. So let's just jump right on into the spaceplane hangar and have a gander at what all parts are currently added in. So let's go up to the search bar and put in version 2.0 Industries, and you will see the currently 7 parts that make up this mod. And we'll start right here with the Puma Industrial Drive Pod, which is of course our one and only command pod for this mod pack. And as you can see, it's quite a well-made little part. The texturing may need a little bit more work because it seems a bit flat, at least on this side. I do like the Puma detailing over here, but overall, good texturing, good modeling. I really do love the vibe of this thing, and with the roll bars that we have here, that's what really gives it that almost mining vehicle sort of look to it that I have really come to enjoy from this pack. Now, as for its stats, it is a single-person crew command pod. It does have a reaction wheel, the typical science crew report, and it technically has electric charge, but as you can see here, it's 0, which I should probably point out now that this pack literally just released right before I made this video. I jumped onto the space dock to look for something interesting for today, and this popped up like a couple of minutes before I went to the space dock. So this is the first version of this mod pack, so there might be a few little oddities here and there, but overall, at this first stage, it's a pretty solid little pack, which is why, again, we're having a look at it, because it's quite nice. Now, the next part we'll have a look at here is the Puma Crew Transport Cabin, which, again, a very nice look and feel to it, very good on the modeling, the texturing. I love the continuation of the roll bars, the nice big windows, and the interesting placement of the hatch up at the top. I don't know, I would have preferred it maybe on the side like this one, but you know what, it works on the top too. It means you can get on the roof more easily, so roll with it. Now, as for the stats on this thing, it is a 2-person crew cabin, and it does have the science experiment of the crew report, and I will point out now that both of these technically do have interiors at the moment, but because it's still an early stage of the mod, they're currently placeholder internals. They're using the Mark I cockpit and the Mark I crew cabin for their internal view right now. Hopefully down the road we'll get some custom internal views, but at the very least they've got some placeholders in here, which I do always appreciate when a modder has that, rather than just having a random black void that our Kerbals are apparently piloting from. So yes, at the moment they are not custom internals. They are placeholders, but they work quite well enough. So let's drop this and move on to the remaining parts. We have the different cargo racks, which, again, add to the industrial nature of things for this. So the first is the Puma Cargo Rack A1, and this, as you can see, we have a lovely little truck bed at the bottom, and these roll bars going across the top, and I do like the extra support bar right here. It's quite cool. I do thoroughly enjoy the look of it, especially once you combine it with the next one, the Rack A2, where it, if we actually flip it around, I like it a little bit better like that. There we go. They continue on with the bars, the roll cage at the top, and now we have this nice little support column here, which is quite good looking, and depending on which way you have it turned and where you put these in relation to one another, you can get some interesting design looks out of this thing. We then have the Cargo Rack B1, which is purely just a flat bottom truck bed for this thing without the roll bars up here. And then finally we have, actually let's remove this one because the next one looks better without it. We have the Rack B2, which is sort of an end point. As you can see there, we have the nice angling down, no top roof rack or anything like that. It makes for a very good, nice end to your cargo section of your rover. And then, of course, if you did want to extend it outwards with out the roll bars on top, you can just add more of those. quite interesting, and depending on how, again, you organize these things, you could make some interesting designs. For instance, a middle section of your rover with no roof, and then you have roofs on either end, etc. You could get some interesting looks. Now, the final part that we have is the Puma Systems Chassis Mark I, which, as you can see, is where all the battery power has gone to, with 800 electric charge on this baby. And really, you're meant to put one of these at each of these attachment points at the bottom, as this is the chassis where your wheels will attach to. So if we go and grab a random wheel real quick, and just sort of slap it on there. Excellent, there we go. So that is where the wheels are meant to go, right there on the chassis bit, and you'd have these just going all down the side of your rover for however many wheels you want, or of course, to keep nice consistency between your different wheel bases. And yeah, just a very nice part, and again, has a whole lot of battery at 800. But with this lovely little pack, you can make a quite intriguing array of different rovers. Now, I've gone and designed 2 rovers really quickly with this, just to see what sort of thing I could do with it. And what did I call it? I think it was just version 2.0 Industries Load. Excellent. Now we have 2 rovers connected with a little separator there so that we can actually have both of them driving. So let us fill it with crew and go and have fun and take a look at these out in the world. So let's go to launch and see what these can do. Well, quite frankly, the wheels are what's going to move them, so not much on that front of what they could do, but at least you can see them in person. Now again, I love the styling of these things. Let's turn on the brakes right now. You get just a good look of these. I love the roll bars. They are very cool looking. I love the different sort of cargo sections for the truck beds. All very cool, all very well made, and just overall a nice little rover addition. I think they do fit in quite nicely with stock alike, and just have a very cool, unique look to them. So let's actually disconnect them here real quick. And, oh god, we'll need the UI again momentarily. I go to this truck, and let's sort of get ourselves a little side-by-side. Ooh, man, those wheels are a little bit more powerful than I thought. Oh, there we go, and brake. Lovely. And yeah, we have our 2 different rovers that you could possibly make with this, or well, 2 ideas of what you could make with this particular mod. We have one being the nice crew rover, the other being more of a cargo rover, and overall just serving their roles quite nicely, I'd say. Now, as I did mention, they do have internals, but are currently using placeholder internals. If we actually go over to the other one, that's the separator, there we go. You can see that, yes, it is still using that Mark I internal cockpit, which actually does fit pretty well with the design styling of this thing, but still leaves a bit to be desired. I do hope that they get a nice internal view down the road. And as for the guys in the back, again, using the Mark I crew capsule, but still quite a nice look. But I do hope that we do get a nice custom one down the road, as it would just be nice. I'd love to see the sort of industrial take on what these things should look like on the inside, but overall on the outside, I approve. They are very, very cool. My only real sort of thing I have with them at the moment is the back here. I would love a hatch on the back of one of these things. Maybe on the crew portion, have the hatch rather than on the roof, have it on the back, so that then we could, you know, exit the rover onto our cruise, or our cargo section rather, because especially on a rover like this one over here, we got this nice long cargo section. It'd be nice to be able to exit out onto it and check our cargo. But yes, that's really that's a more of a personal issue that I have with it. Still, being able to get onto the roof is quite convenient, and having this one on the side is quite good, so you can still get over to where you want to go. But yeah, just a minor little thing from my perspective. But yes, that is the version 2.0 Industries Rover Pack, a very cool little collection of rover parts. I cannot wait to play around with these things in the future. I think it'll be Definitely one of the additions to my personal game of this. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode today. If you would like to check out this mod for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description as always. And of course, I do hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you do come back for the next. But until then, thank you for watching. Ooh, oh Lord, they touched and that was a bad thing. That was a very bad thing. As always. Oh, have a good one. Well, on the plus side, the roll bars seem to have saved them. They are very tough little vehicles, but that was interesting. I hadn't flipped like that before. Good times. Later, folks.